from? How is everybody today? Good morning, early risers. So, do me a favor, in the questions box, do me a favor, say good morning and where you are from. Let's do the sound check. In the questions box, good morning, my peeps. You guys are rocking it. Good morning, Jamie Duke. Jamie Duke, what time do you get on? How do you type so fast? Did you have that typed in already? Christine Storms is in the house. Good morning from Orlando, Beth Adelaide. She was a photo winner. Sure happy it's Thursday in Visalia. Yeah, Virginia. Amen. It's our time to rise and shine. Thomas Howe, I tagged you on the catch-up pin today in the group, so I hope you saw that. Good morning from Massachusetts. Jessica Innocent. Are you really innocent? Are you? You're innocent. Kathy Hansen from Littleton, Colorado. Connecticut, we have Lois Donnelly. Once again, Orlando, we got Kimberly Hunt. Wentzville, Missouri. I almost moved to Wentzville, Missouri when I was in high school. My mom got a job with Sprint in Kansas City, and we almost went to Wentzville for her to work at Sprint. Candy White, Plano, Texas. Laura Anderson, Minnesota, and it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Laura Anderson. Gail Z from Michigan. Nashville, Tennessee. We've got quite a few people from Nashville, Tennessee. Patricia Vance. Carrie O'Connor from Illinois. Mary Baggett from Tallahassee, Florida. Dawn Maloney from Monroe Falls. Carrie Paolillo, Highland Grants, Colorado. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Paul Cervoni from Boston, or Cervone. Laura Woodard in Philly, Debbie Harding in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Nicole Allred from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Jim Nickerson from Boston. Kelly Tibbler from Houston. More. You're all in. Wow, you are all in. This might be the most we've ever had at this point in the webinar. So we're over 200 peeps. So good stuff. So here are the pictures that have been shared by you. So I love these. I mean, here, how about the sun in the middle, right? And that is truly a blessing of a sunrise. And so tag 30 Mornings if you're interested in getting your photo featured. I have to tell you, one of my favorite moments, I get to check Facebook a couple of times a day, and just seeing the hashtag 30 Mornings and all these phenomenal sunrise pictures, you know, just gorgeous. Our day 10 winner, Joanne Donahue, with this gorgeous picture of the sunrise, and just, I have to tell you, it's awesome. I have to promise you one thing, though. We've had a couple of snow-filled pictures, or pictures that look somewhat cold. Tomorrow, we are definitely going to have the winner be something beachy, warm, Arizona-ish, California. You know what I'm talking about? So onward and upward. So today we're on our path still, right? So we've been on the path of silence. We did meditation, we did prayer, we did breathing. You know, we hit silence very, very hard. And then affirmations, we covered 2 beautiful days of affirmations, and you learned how to say, I am committed to doing something every day, or committed to doing something regularly, so that you can live the life of your dreams, so that you can have something physical and material in your life, whether that be a zero debt, or a river cabin, or a car, or a boat, or something that represents your hard work, right? And we're going to actually talk about that a little bit today. Visualization, yesterday we did a guided visualization on like the ultimate meeting, the ultimate one-on-one, and I'd be interested to hear how that went for you guys. And today we're going to go a little further on visualization, and then we go into the last 3 later on. So Thursday, day 11, wake-up calls. We got up 30 minutes early today. and for some reason it seemed like it wasn't bad today, you know. Today is visualization mastery, or just taking your visualization to the next level. And for the digital support, the app that I'd like to suggest today is Headspace. But I think we had Kathy and Catherine doing some research on today's subject. So we'll also share not only Headspace, which is a phenomenal app, by the way, but we will also share some apps on today's subject. So congrats. Here's the big thing, right, is you finished the first sprint, right? And the first sprint is the hardest. I don't know if you guys have ever worked out or ever, decided that you're going to run, the first steps are the hardest, aren't they? I mean, I have to tell you, running for me has not been easy for the last 10 years. It just, people always, weightlifting, different things, it seems like it's just like they got easier. Well, running is never easy, and that's why I do it, right? It's hard. But the hardest part are the first steps. The first half mile is just like, oh, why am I doing this? What is going on here? And then finally, just the machine kicks in, right? And you go. So the first 10-day sprint is the hardest. And you have decided to show up no matter what every single day. We have lost a few, right? Now here's the thing. I do know that we have a lot of people who sign on in the first 5 to 10 minutes. So we're at 191. 191, or 192, 193. Okay. So are you going to finish the sprint, right? Are you going to finish the 30-day challenge? If you are going to finish the 30-day challenge, I want you to put no matter what in the questions box. If you're going to finish it, you're going to show up every day for 30 days, and you're going to make it happen. You're going to feel like crap some days. You're going to feel great some days. Like today, like watch out world, Michael Mayer is awake. You know what I'm saying? I've been awake, and I've gotten more done in the last hour and 10 minutes than, holy cow, right? No matter what you're in. You guys rock. All right, today's subject is, I love it, visualization. V is for visualization. This is part 2. So, all right, I cannot overemphasize the power of today. This, quite honestly, I see the power in affirmations. I feel the power of appreciations. I have gotten things that have come into my life because of appreciations. I mean, I physically, right? I have become a best-selling author, a #1 best-selling author, a #1 international best-selling author, all from the power of affirmations and then doing the work. The next part of this is, I have to tell you, the power, right? There's a power of the vision board. Today is about visualization with a vision board. And it's also called a dream board, or a wish board, or an inspirational board, or inspiration board, or inspire board. But here's the thing, is a lot of the things that you've been doing so far has been like, it almost taps into the logical side of your brain, right? Your left side of your brain. And that's where things get done, quite honestly. That's where things get organized. That's where we kind of click into the ritual, right? Rituals happen on the left. Well, what we need to do is we need to tie the left brain with the right brain, and this is actually where, it's like the fun part of your brain. Now, I do get a lot of fun out of systems, right? I do get a lot of enjoyment out of a schedule and organizing and at rituals. I do. But the playful side is the right side of your brain. And some of you need today's lesson. You have been living in the left side of your brain for way too long. You've been trying to make logical decisions. You've tried to logically, you're a thinker. All right, today it's dreamer. And this is important. For some of you, if the only thing you implemented from 30 mornings was the vision board, your success would take off. Literally, your career, your personal relationships, your enjoyment of life would take off. So, it is as simple as a bunch of magazines, a piece of paper or construction paper to put them on, some scissors, some glue, a ruler if you want, and you're ready. You are ready. But I have to tell you that it's one of those where, listen, like I said, a word is worth a word. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So now here's the thing, you can do this any way you want, but the way that I typically teach this when I have much more time is you want pictures that represent the best of the following 8 categories. These are the 8 pie slices of your life, or the 8 realms of your life. So we have mental, right? And mental is like a growth plan, a reading plan. So an example would be books that you want to read, maybe 1, maybe 8, it doesn't matter, but mental. Or classes you want to attend, right? Some of you have taken a class called Bold. Some of you have taken a class with us called Boost. Some of you want to take a hiring class, or some of you want to take a video editing class or photography class. That would be a good picture under the mental. Now, community is in your community. These are for the strangers, right? The people that you don't necessarily know. And so, donations and charity, volunteer work fit under that. Social is your inner circle of friends. I have to tell you, one of the best things I ever did is I implemented a double date night. And one time a month, one Saturday night a month, we do a double date night. We just had the most awesome one in the world last weekend. We went out with a couple, and all it is we just go somewhere, we get a babysitter, and the bottom line is we just chat about nothing, honestly, and everything. And double date night has just been so good for my inner circle of friends. It's really helped me develop relationships in Atlanta. So then spiritual, right? Your spiritual plan, maybe it's a picture of the Bible, maybe it's a picture of the Quran, maybe it's a picture of whatever it may be, right? It might be a picture of the temple. It might be a picture of the church. It might be a picture of someone who represents spirituality to you, like a Gandhi or a Buddha or whatever, right? And then physical. So this one is powerful. I have experienced this many times. It could be the physical representation of a model that you found in a magazine that shows where you want to go. It could be a picture of yourself, leaner, stronger, whatever it may be, that was taken 3 years ago, or even high school, right? I have one of our coaching clients that has a high school picture of him up, and he is progressing towards that. He had already progressed over time, but that was the next level for him. Professional, what does that look like? Career, business, do you have a picture of kind of like who represents you, right? And sometimes you'll have a picture of the #1 agent in your office up here, like Chad did, right? Chad had the #1 agent in his office. Like, that's what it looks like. That's what I'm shooting for. Every day I'm looking to beat this person. Now, here's the thing. I'm a collaborative guy, not necessarily a competitive guy, but it's your vision board. And guess what? We helped Chad become the #1 agent in his office, right? Now, I think it was coaching and implementation more than it was this picture of a competitor, but guess what, right? He'd made it happen. Financial, what does that look like? Like, I see a lot of zeros in this one, right? I either see a lot of zeros at the end of a 1, or I see a lot of zeros next to a dollar sign, right? A lot of zeros next to a 1 is like $1 million goal, right? I have a client who they've already done $1 million gross. Now their goal is $1 million net. And then also, like Karen Kaiser, who is on this, hopefully she doesn't mind me talking about her all the time, but she has a river cabin. She's going to 0 this year. She's going to have a 0 letter from a mortgage company. Have you guys ever received a 0 letter from a mortgage company? If you haven't, do me a favor. Do a Google search sometime this week on a 0 letter, like what it looks like. It's a pretty cool thing, right? And how many of you have ever seen a 0 letter from a mortgage company? Tell me in the bottom. right? Joanne has. Tom Kinnaman seen 2. That's amazing. Dory has seen. Sylvan's has. Sylvan Baez. Yeah, Karen Kaiser's No Matter What. I love it. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, have not. Yes. Yeah, no, but my clients have. I have seen a 0 letter. I saw my parents' letter. Hans Bruner, who is a lender, right? How cool is that? Dan Luigs has. Dan Luigs paid off his car, right? Or paid off his house, excuse me. Yeah, we have been blessed to see one after 35 years. Yeah, isn't that amazing? And you know, and some of you have no wish to. You want to have that loan because it's a great tax write-off, right? So I get it. It's all good, right? So now, some of you are awesome. Now I won't tell you which one I think that are awesome. Okay, you're all awesome. You're all awesome for showing up every day, no matter what. And so Rochelle in Philadelphia she like literally she's taken this seriously, and we talked about I am committed to doing 20 prospecting calls today, no matter what, so that I can earn 1.4 million in sales volume by my day mark of April 27th, 2016, which means she may be leaving a full-time job to make real estate her full-time profession, right? So 12 settlements, 4.2 million this year, 115,000 GCI at approximately 2.75%. All commissions are negotiable. 2.75 is just an example in this case. Do it now, which of course I love that because that's straight out of 7L, right? 0 debt, 100,000 in the bank just for fun by 2025. Based on my daily goal, what's the one thing I could do right now? I love the thoughts and the quotes. I would guess that Rochelle, who says that she loves 7L, and anytime you drop that into any of these, I will probably mention you and your name. So here's the thing, is Rochelle, I said, hey, are you open to some feedback, right? And she said, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Coaching from you? That's awesome. Let's do it, right? So all my suggestion is that I would take these representations and I would associate a picture or a photo or an image with these different things, right? So this Freedom Day, sometimes we call that a Freedom Day when an agent is working towards quitting a full-time job or quitting another part-time job to become a full-time realtor. And I have to tell you the Freedom Day for me was a magical, scary day, right? And I would represent that by something, right? I would have a picture, well, for me, I'm just telling you what I would have, is I have a picture of me with my arms outstretched, right? Like victory, like freedom, you know, or you could have the American flag, or you could have bursting through a wall, or you could, you know, so the bottom line is I would have a physical representation of what each of these mean to you, right? 0 debt, you could have a 0 letter, right? 100,000 in the bank, have a picture of a statement that has 100,000 in the bank. Maybe it's even yours. You take your current, and many people have done this, right? You take your current balance, like from the ATM, and you cross through what the actual balance is now, and you put 100,000 in there, right? Based on my daily goal, what's the one thing I can do right now? So if your daily goal is to make 20 what about a big giant sign with 20 people in it? Maybe your top 20. Maybe it's the top 20 people that you know, and it's a collage like we do with the sunrise pictures of 20 people, right? So, you know, it could be, in this case, if you're referencing the One Thing book, is you could have a picture of the One Thing book, right, which constantly reminds you of the one thing. So what it is I'm guessing Rochelle is a thinker, right? She has a C component to what she does, and maybe some D component. And what I want is bring out the I and bring out the S, the friendly and the social and the fun and the visual. Here's the thing: your brain works on visual first. Words are representations of photos. So it makes it easier for your brain to pull you towards a photo versus a word. So that was just my coaching. Rochelle, does that make sense? Give me some feedback here. I know I put you on the spot. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Yeah, here we go, right? Yes, it fully does. It makes total sense. Thank you very much. I am a full-time realtor. I just haven't made any money yet, right? And Laura I love that. Laura Fowler, our video girl, right? In the house. All right. So, now, here's the thing. You guys have heard so many, I mean, I've had my Porsche Boxster. I don't know if I've fully told that story, but, you know, I had a silver Boxster with a blue top on it on my vision board. If I was going to do a certain amount by December, I would buy a Porsche Boxster, which is, I mean, that's a real stretch for where I came from, just so you know. But guess what? By October of that year, I had achieved it. And we couldn't find a silver Boxster with a blue top. They were all silver with a black top. So, you know, even though I achieved the goal in October, and I had been car shopping all year long, and we couldn't find it. Well, in December, we were actually driving on a highway in Kansas City, where I lived at the time, on I-35, and Sherry goes, "There's your car." And I was like, "What?" Yeah. And there, across two highways, across a concrete barrier, across another road, and all the way over at a dealership, like we're talking not even in our realm of sight, but because that picture was up, not only was it me working towards the goal, but Sherry was working towards the goal, and others knew my goal, so I had accountability as well. But she actually saw the car. We went over to get this, McCarthy Chevrolet. Yeah, that's not a Porsche dealership, right? So we went to McCarthy Chevrolet. They had just gotten the car on a trade-in that day. It wasn't even cleaned up yet. It wasn't even ready to go yet. They hadn't even done anything yet. And I said, you know, where are you at on this? And they told me where they were at. And they priced it $8,000 low. So not only did I get the perfect car, but I got it. I don't know if they just didn't know or they hadn't checked it or what it was, but I out-negotiated them because, listen, there wasn't anybody in the country, I think, that knew the price of Porsche Boxsters that were less than 5 years old in the country. I knew literally everything about them. And boom, it happened, right? And it all started with a picture of a silver Boxster with a blue top. And that has, to this day, is the best car I ever had. And then I had a kid, and I got rid of the Porsche Boxster, which pretty good trade, I think. So the other thing is you've heard of, if you've seen the movie The Secret. If you haven't seen the movie The Secret, I encourage you to get the movie The Secret, right? See it, watch it. In there, John Ozerov talked about they had moved to California. They lived in Midwest Indiana, and they moved to the West as California, and you know, they had attained a certain level of life, really high, and they got into they were in the house and they were moving in, and John was working in his office and that kind of thing, and his son goes, "Well, you know, Dad, what's in this box?" And you know, John kind of laughs it off and says, "Oh, you know, those are my vision boards. Those are my dream boards." And of course, the kid dream, right? It's like, what's that? Well, they took it out, or they took several of them out. On one of them, the house, the dream house that they were now living in, was on a dream board that he had done 7 years prior, and had just honestly quit thinking about it. It was the exact same house. And just so you know, I have been to John Osseroff's house, and I have seen the dream board that he has, and it's from the movie and the picture. And here's what's interesting. Right next to it was his dream board for that year, which was 2014. So anyway, good stuff. Now, so here's Here's Catherine Lavelle's in Sevierville, Tennessee. She has, right, she has her dream board. She did that with magazines and so on and so forth. Great mornings, great starts. Got a little yoga action going here, a little meditation maybe, right? Silvana Baez right here, wonderful one. She didn't know I was sharing this. I probably should have told her. You know, so she's got her mental area. She's got her dream area, right? Her professional and financial. Travel. Travel is such a huge draw. It's just amazing when you have that in a magazine. You're like, oh, that's beautiful. I think that's Tahiti, maybe. And then you're there and you're taking pictures. There's really nothing like that, right? I like that she has sex on here, or sexy, maybe. And then your moment, hashtag, make the something choice. I can't see that. But giving, look at that. Bang. Welcome to 7L. Welcome to the Generosity Generation. Relationships, Real Estate Pro. Here's her professional arm, right, to her. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. I would just say the more pictures, the better. It's going to help you. All right. So let's round up on the dream board, the vision board. So questions or answers on the vision board or dream board. Nick Shoemaker's in the house. Yeah, so Secret, awesome movie, arrived yesterday. Yeah, The Secret actually arrived yesterday on Tara Hall's doorstep. How about that? Is that amazing? Yes, it triggers your reticular activation system in your brain. It makes you continue. Yeah, and Virginia, in that case, Sherry, her reticular activator was keyed up, right, on finding this. What was important to me was also important to her, right? All right, so a couple of you did some research on vision board, digital vision boards. And so what are the electronic versions that you could actually put on your computer or your iPad or something like that? Barbara Woak suggests Success Vision Board. I think that's the one by Jack Canfield for an electronic version of Vision Board. Pinterest could be a fantastic, that's a great idea. Mind movies. Yeah, Barbara Radke, that's what I do mine in. I actually do mine in PowerPoint. Mine right now is in PowerPoint. Barbara Radke says include music, right? You could actually include music. What was 7 and 8? Karen Kaiser, are you talking about the 8 realms? The 8 realms are mental, community, social, spiritual, physical, professional, financial, and family. Yeah, excellent. So, and have one with your husband, right? Laura Anderson, happy birthday, has one with her. I did a digital board on Canva.com. It's my wallpaper, and it's awesome. Is the dream board just for 2016 or for further into the future than that? Mary Kirkendale, you know, that's a great question. I have always done for the year, right? But listen, it's your dream board. You could have 2 dream boards. You could have for the year, and you could have for like your bucket list. How cool would it be to have your bucket list board, and as you do them, you like put your picture over the picture of the one that was in the magazine, right? So yeah, I think the idea of having your spouse help you and work with you on this is awesome. A lot of you have vision boards in a secret Pinterest area. That's great. Yeah, Vision Board Pro, I'm not familiar with, but Dory Santiago recommends that. The Happy Tapper Vision Board is one to look at. Catherine Lavelle is actually the one that was helping me with this. Thank you. Bloom, and then the Vision Kit. The one that you know, some people talk like Wishboard or Wishmaster or something with the word wish in it. That one is no longer supported, and it's not you know, it's not a good one. But it still shows up when you look for vision boards. The Gabriel method, for those wanting to lose weight, I do a team party and we do our vision boards together. That sounds like fun. How about including my son's dreams for themselves? Oh, are you kidding? How about sitting around and doing it with your kids? You know what? I have not done that with Max. I think that's a great idea. Desktop wallpaper dream board. I think Canva.com. You can also use Pinterest for that. Is it okay to do savers out of order? In fact, Dawn, great question. You are actually going to do savers out of order tomorrow. So the answer is yes, right? Savers are just the examples. I do mine out of order, right? My first thing is journal. Literally, if you include stretching as exercise, that's actually the first thing I do. But so the answer is yes. These are just examples, right? I think most people do them out of order, to be honest with you. Hay House Vision Board, Jennifer Hatcher suggests. It is a wonderful experience doing it with the kids. Awesome. All right, so let's keep going. And the next thing is MMREA up through chapter. Can you believe we're almost done? What do you think of Rick's journey so far? Right? Oh, let's just keep answering questions. We've got more questions than we have. Yeah, I think the big thing here is a lot of you've read 7L, so Rick and Michelle going through their struggles, you can relate to it. So Karen Hall is on her vision board. She had a bucket list item of skydiving, right? And she went on December 19th and turned 50 on December 21st. She wanted to skydive before she was 50, right? Yeah, Hans Brunner, that's Hans. I will tell you, he said, I loved Rick's journey. I am totally caught up in these characters from 7L. Yeah, and they continue, right? I'm working on 3 other books simultaneously right now, and it's just kind of like whatever mood I'm in is the one I work on. And, Rick and some new characters are in it. And, yeah, I just love writing stories versus just a boring nonfiction book. People don't like to be told, they'd rather hear a story. And a story allows me to show transformation versus just telling you to transform, right? Yeah, I enjoy hearing their struggle. Why get stressed out by Michelle's complications, right? Yeah, exactly. Well, that's part of a story, right? You can't have a story without conflict, right? I love how Rick goes from floundering to focused. Absolutely, Kathy. Go from chaos to clarity is my underlying theme here. Yeah, very interesting that this is the sequel to 7L. I thought it was just going to be Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents. I enjoy the coaching calls with Coach. I think our presidential candidate should have a dream board for the nation. That's a great idea. All right, good. And just so you guys know, if you've ever thought about like writing a book, is I wrote Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents in 4 months. You talk about humping it. I literally worked on it every day for at least a couple of hours. If you want to write it, and honestly, I would probably tweak some things, but we had a deadline. We had to launch on December 12th. So bottom line is we got her done. All right. So now you are up through day 10. So yesterday you filled out a couple extra sheets in the Freedom Journal, right? And so here's the thing. Okay, what was the biggest thing you accomplished in the first 10 days? Share with me, what is your highlight, or your 10 of the first 10 is what we call it, right? What was your highlight or biggest aha from the first 10 days? And then we're going to wrap up. Yeah, so let's see it. All right. Yeah, getting up early was my biggest aha. Waking up early each morning with ease. It was fun, more focus. I had no trouble getting up today, right? Waking up earlier with a plan, made the calls and drank more water. I was more productive. I'm a member of the 1% Club, which you are, right? Starting a morning stretch routine, right? Yay, that was mine. My biggest accomplishment was I lost 8 pounds. Whoa, let me go back up to that one. 8 pounds in 10 days. Robert Keller, That's beautiful. Giving myself positive thoughts. I have been getting up easier and staying up has been a big one. Reorganization in every aspect of my life. Boom. More focused, more present. I'm realizing how much more productive I have become. I am not a morning person, or I wasn't a morning person. I will correct you there. I woke up every day this week before the alarm. Me too. I know it's like Christmas Day. So waking up early makes me feel ahead, right? I was surprised that I enjoyed getting up early, you know. Vision board was a huge thing today. All right. Yeah. So here's what's cool, right? Is and Virginia, I'd love to talk to you about that, like what we're doing next with our certified morning coach program. Getting up earlier consistently. The importance of discipline and success. They go hand in hand. I am energized on a daily basis. Completing 2.5 hours daily lead generation, making a minimum of 100 calls. Yeah. Ahead of the game. I'm ahead. Drinking my water, right? More focused and energetic. My 10 of the first 10 is tapping into the power of having an actual morning ritual, right? And a wake-up call. I can do this, right? That's awesome. That's awesome. That is what we want. So now you need to talk about, you're going to go, notice that it says on your mark, and now it's the second 10-day sprint. Listen, no matter where you're at, there's some people that this is their first call. No matter where you're at, you need to be on page 53 and talk about my top 3 goals to accomplish during the next 10 days. What do you want to get done the next 10 days? And then you need to be filling out day 11, which is on page 54 today. Okay? So that, stay up with that, because you have to realize MMREA, the book, I will reference it after next week, but we won't be talking about it, we'll be talking about it more, but we're not going to be spending time talking about reading it, right? So we can actually review it starting next week. And then also with the Freedom Journal, we're going to spend a little bit more time on that. So special guest tomorrow. I am very excited by this. You are going to love tomorrow. I almost said show, right? Tomorrow's show. You will have to tune in to find out who it is. Hee hee, wink wink. Tomorrow, get up 30 minutes earlier than your start time. Of course, it's the same time as yesterday. You're going to do your 6-minute savers as part of your action items, and that, or you're going to do the combination, right? Silence plus affirmations and appreciations. If you're not writing affirmations and appreciations every day, start doing that, right? Just write one if you feel the urge. Visualization, right? Write in the Freedom Journal. You're on day 11. Are you kidding me? We're already midway. Start fresh on day 11. Read MMREA, chapter 11. Can you believe you're almost finished? You're in the home stretch. In fact, you will finish this weekend. 2 times that you need to plan out immediately. Put them on your schedule and just do them. You need 90 minutes at least. I would suggest 3 hours. Yeah, it's like, where am I going to find 3 hours? You're going to find 3 hours. Start a vision board. And then I would block off an hour in some future time to finish the board or tweak the board, right? Maybe you found a better picture or whatever. The sooner it's finished, the sooner your brain will pull you towards your dream. The sooner you will be moving towards your vision. And be prepared to share your visualization story tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are ready to go. You are ready to make it happen. You are in perfect position to make things happen. You are the best. Today is your day. Today, your vision becomes reality. Today, you truly get serious about your life. You get serious about your success. Today is the day that you take 100% responsibility for where you are right now, good, bad, or ugly. And today is the day that you take 100% responsibility for your success, for your achievement, for your next step, for your level 10 life. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is your day. You're an early riser now. It's time to rise up. Have a great day. Love you. God bless you. And time for me to get on a plane.